something else.
All right. Welcome to We Are Something Else, episode 201. Best time. And it's the best times. It's your boy Kaleo. There's CB. There's my bro E Rich. Fellas. What is going on off of an epic episode 200 last week? Everybody come off mute. So, fellas, what's good with you? How are you? Another week, and we're here.
Yeah, dude. I don't know how we could possibly follow up 200, maybe by having a show that we like barely promoted. But it's always good to be chilling with the boys. You know, it's Thursday. Football is back. It's a good time.
How many fantasy leagues are you in this year?
So I haven't done the vast majority of like the season long like redraft leagues and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I'm like 100 best ball drafts in. And I've done 2 of my dynasty drafts already. So I got one more of those coming up in September, and then I'll probably add like 17 other leagues or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Your boy Sean Xavier has made a
Yo, it's crazy how often that's been coming up.
Normally this is Takeover Tuesday. Just want to let y'all know that normally Takeover Tuesday, but Takeover gets the night off. Huh?
Takeover Thursday, maybe?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Takeover Thursday. It's been a long week. Takeover Thursday, but everybody gets a night off every now and then. So Takeover is in the chat. Shout out to you. Shout out to Sean Xavier, Kendall B. Dave J on the mic. Good to see you. My bro E, what's good with you, bro?
Ain't nothing much, man. I'm ready for this heat to be done with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm over it now. Let's go ahead and hit that next season for sure.
Yeah. So we actually got a break here in the DMV today with the weather-wise, but also with the cool weather came Debbie, who is showing her ass off currently here in the DMV area. So with cool weather comes tropical storms and hurricanes and tornadoes and all that good stuff. My week, look, it's been a week. You guys know what I've been dealing with on the injury end of things. We'll get to that later. But look, we finally got some relief. We got some diagnosis. We're in the right direction. And on our way to recovery. So I'm happy about that. But other than that, look, it's hard to believe it's been a week since we did episode 200. And now we are 201. Risa, good to see you. Now we're on 201. And tonight, look, we're just going to keep it, look, straight to the point. We would 2.5 hours last week, so we ain't going to be here. We're here for a good time and a short time tonight. So with all that said, fellas, we haven't done a Let's Rap in a while. All right, let's find the graphics. All right, let's rap, fellas. So, a different world. We've talked about this show a few times within our show itself. A Different World is planning. Well, Netflix is planning to develop a sequel / spinoff to A Different World. The show will be centered around Dwayne and Whitley's daughter and her tales at the historic Hillman College, right? Let's not forget that A Different World itself is also a spinoff from The Cosby Show, which originally, I think it was just one season that they followed Denise and her classmates and all the tales that she went through as coming of age, right, in college, right? So to me, though, fellas, I don't know. Let me continue my notes. To me, I think, I don't know, CB, you probably won't remember this, but you may remember this. I think once Denise left the show and they stopped following her, the show actually got better. Because I felt like the whole time Denise was there, we were witnessing just an extension of the Cosby Show, correct? We knew she was focused around Cliff Huxtable, right? And Claire Huxtable. And they would mention her from time to time on that show as well. And then they will also do guest cameos on this show, obviously because it was developed by Bill Cosby himself, right? So it felt like, I don't think at first it wasn't a disconnect from one or the other. Just felt that way because
No, I was gonna say, and I think because the other characters had to build, like we had to build off of those other characters, right? Mm-hmm. They had to, because they started making a character from themselves of her being in there. We wanted to know about the other characters, right? But the whole experience was the different dynamics of the different people that you meet, not necessarily, her going to college, but like focusing on her. So I think it was a good pivot in that sense, like you said. So I agree. Once that wasn't the focal point, it was actually everybody else. You know what I mean? Like the characters built themselves. Again, I think I just posted not so long ago. Like, think about all the people that actually were on the show before they became mainstream.
Marissa Tomei was Marissa Tomei was one of the main characters on the first one.
College had
So I think after the first season, Marissa was gone too. Right. That's like never mind. We just all right. Anyways, real quick. Okay.
B, what's up, B?
Hey, good to see you, bro. Hopefully we'll find you back on screen one day. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Is he there? Hold on.
She let him out the
Shoe and fashion report.
We'll return shortly. But look, seriously, so lots of once Denise left, it shifted its focus on Dwayne and Whitley, let's be honest, and their interactions, but then also the friendships they had as well. Just good to see you, bro, because it became Dwayne liking Whitley, Whitley kind of liking Dwayne, but it was also their friends amongst the show, right? And then at some point they were on and off dating. Till he started dating somebody else, she dated somebody else, and a lot of classic episodes came out. I can't think of one classic episode with the Denise run, but I think after she left, we got a lot of those classic episodes. We got the Pac episodes, we got the crisscross episodes. Early in the game, do you remember the end on Ron's Miata when they left the football game? The end that turned into the word all the way through, right? And then let's not forget the wedding. So lots of classic episodes from the Different World run, which I think focusing now on their daughter, right? So I'm assuming you'll get their appearance, you'll probably get some cameos here and there, like, the Fuller House kind of stuff. But what's going to be the difference between this and Grownish, right? I feel like following the daughter around, even though Blackish was still on TV, and it was kind of the same thing between Cosby's and the Denise run of A Different World. You haven't seen A Different World in a while, but now you're going to redevelop those characters, and now it's the daughter and her trials and tribulations at Hillman College. And what's going to be the difference between, again, that and Grownish, right? So I said a lot. Tell me your thoughts. Are you excited about seeing this? Do you think Netflix can pull this off? Start with you, E.
I know everybody's gonna probably think I'm gonna take a different lane on this one. If Debbie Allen's involved, I think it might be worth something. I think
real quick, my bad. CB, we'll come back to that Sean comment once everybody's done, because that's true. Go ahead.
I think if Debbie Allen has some say so, if she's writing it, if she's directing, I think we might have something. And I think that's the difference, right? So we took Blackish and then Grownish, and we're looking at it as, you can tell they're the same writers, right? They're kind of prolonging that whole situation. If you look at what Debbie Allen was able to create off of A Different World, and her having the experience that she has, and if cast it right, I don't see why we can't. Listen, I was skeptical about Bel Air. Did it really kind of hit the way that everybody thought it would? Because we're looking at it from a standpoint of how long ago was that show, The Fresh Prince? What we got and what they created in Bel Air was something that was more theatrical. There was more different. It was a different setup that they had to create a storyline from it. Why can't they create a storyline that this is almost like what was the story that was told from the next generation at a HBCU though, outside of them? Because it died after that. There was no story after that. So I'm thinking if the writing is there, if Debbie Allen's directing, she puts the cast that we know that can probably handle it. I think it might be worth watching for sure. It's definitely, I'll watch it before I watch the new White Man Can't Jump.
Oh, okay.
That I still ain't watched.
I haven't watched it either. I'm standing on that. I'm standing on that shit. I ain't watching that. CB, your take is gonna be probably a little bit different, CB, because you probably weren't amongst the Denise Huxtable Different World era. So
that was like my born year.
Okay.
When that was going on.
Let's hear your take on it. Let's hear your take.
I mean, because obviously been able to see episodes, from syndication and all that kind of stuff, right? That have just been, replayed throughout the years, and watched a bunch of the Cosby Show growing up because that was TGIF. There was a lot of access there, so I was aware of the show. It wasn't until I was a bit older, actually, honestly, the closer, when I was in high school, college age, where the idea of a different world really came through. Because going to school in Baltimore, having some of my best friends go to Morgan State and Coppin and some of those places, I was the Marissa Tomei in some certain scenarios. But I don't really know if I'm gonna say I'm like super excited for for it to come back. I haven't really checked out the Fresh Prince joint, but I do believe that if the execution is done right, there's the fan base that is looking for these, right? And if they do it right, there's definitely a chance that it could actually be a little bit bigger than people might think. They're on a roll right now with celebrating the anniversary, the tour that they've been on and everything. This is kind of like the perfect time for this, I think.
Yeah. And I think so. Recapturing the audience that loves the different world that we grew up on, right? Is we're probably tuning in regardless because we want to see where it goes. But I'm also thinking that, man, that's it's almost like, again, like A Living Color, right? You had these cast of characters that probably can never be recreated, right? You had on a different one, you had the Sinbads, like that kid, not that they would want to recreate that character, but you had the Sinbads, you had the Don Lewises, you had, what was the guy who ran the kitchen? Like Mr. Gibbs, is that his name? You had all these classic characters that you kind of related to. And then we talked about the hip hop culture, right? A Different World was way ahead of his time with the J's that Dwayne Wayne was wearing. Dwayne Wayne was wearing. Ron had different Nikes on, the Jordan jerseys. Like, this was pivotal for sneaker culture, hip hop culture, and just like getting black families around the TV, which again, this is why and the biggest thing is Cosby doesn't have anything to do with this.
But I think that's where I'm saying, like, I think, but who curated that? And I think that was Debbie Allen, right? I think Debbie Allen was the one that saw the vision of what that younger crowd, or what that was going to look like. And I think that's in itself, that's kind of where it tied into, right? Which is having to create something that was completely separate of the Cosby Show, that was more old school, right? Which was what, more family oriented, the whole nine, right? So if you look at it and you say that, and if that's the same premise that they work off of now, kind of what today looks like, and they have that, then like I said, I think they can execute it. I think there's certain people that just don't miss. And I think Debbie Allen is that one when it comes to this.
Right. Okay. Look, that's kind of all I want to say about that. I think, I'm intrigued as a fan of all entities of the Different World series. I'm interested to see what they're going to do and how they can capture, what type of audience they try to capture 30 years later. That's what the anniversary is. So, all right, moving right along. Let's talk about it. We kind of hit on some points last week for 200, but Paris Olympics, we're in week 2, winding down. I think is Sunday the closing or Monday.
I couldn't tell you, but
it's getting ready to close out. Like we're coming to an end. A lot of the games have shut down. Like gymnastics is done. I think swimming is wrapped up now, and like synchronized swimming or like all that other stuff. Breakdancing starts tomorrow, and I think that's just a one-day event because it's the first time for it. They probably really don't know what to do with it, but they just added it. I'm interested though. I would love to see a Russian breakdance team versus a Serbia breakdance team.
Like,
can you imagine Joker out there breakdancing?
When's the last time one of y'all went to like an organized dance competition? Because I'm saying, like, I don't know what to expect. I'm watching all these Olympic games, and I'm learning rules and all this. Like, do I have to watch Stomp the Yard and before? Like, what's the prereq for
breaking? Is 2 days. Women tomorrow, and then the guys wrap up. Right, guys on Saturday. Okay.
I mean, but the fact that like they're doing it all just like both in one day, basically, like that's crazy.
And have we heard commercialized music in any of these events? I know maybe with Jordan
synchronized swimming.
Okay, so
because they had I think Canada played a Snoop joint for their synchronized swimming like song or whatever.
Okay. Russia was banned, so they would have to meet the Ukrainians in the alley for a real battle.
So I guess the question is like, who are the judges, right? And then how are you scoring are you scoring this? Like
because typically the judges are experts or former people of the sport.
I'm gonna be learning some stuff. That's all I know. You got some Filipino Americans, I believe, in the competition. So,
yeah, I mean, this is the perfect time, the segue to talk about the Beach Street episode that's getting ready to happen. Because I would love to. But yeah, so again, amongst all the Olympic Games, that's going to be interesting because it's new. I heard flag football was going to debut in LA. Did you hear that, E?
Yep.
And Kendall was talking about that on the show the other day. As far as, do you try to get former athletes, former pro players or current pro players to do it like the NBA? And I was telling him that there's enough legends in the flag circuit itself that would probably qualify and take over for the U.S. There's enough pros out there on the flag level that do that. We've seen a few of them, right? So I'm interested in that. But let's talk about moments so far. I mean, as we wrap up, has one moment, one level, one competition, one storyline so far this Olympics stood out to you? And what has? I know the moment that stood out for me, and it just happened today. That USA men's game versus Serbia was probably not only the best game of all the Olympics, of all the games this past Olympics, but probably the best game I've seen that USA team play from behind as far as 14, 15?
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, I think it was like 17 at one point.
Yeah, I think that to me is the moment, unfortunately, that stood out of all these Olympics was that Simone getting her redemption from Tokyo.
Yep.
Anything for you guys?
I mean, a bunch of the track and field stuff over the last week.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Spain as well. There have been a number of things on the track. Sydney McLaughlin, she's the GOAT. She broke her world record again. Like, it was supposed to be a showdown between her and Femke Bol. You know what I mean? That's not how it worked out.
Oh, wait a minute. families may have watched it live. They may be watching the primetime version tonight. Don't know who actually won.
Yeah, no, it's everywhere. Too late for them. Yeah, I think that also, you know, he didn't win the 200, but Noah Lyles winning the 100 was big for men's track. Keep that kind of stuff going, and the ladies really shining through. There's been a lot of stuff on the track, at least, that I think is really shown through, especially on the guys' side, from the standpoint of they were terrible in the last Olympics. Like, if you look at how the men's track team performed relative to the women, they did not pull their weight at all. So I feel like there's been a little bit of redemption. And the 4x400 relay, which is about to come up, talking about something that hasn't happened yet, but we got a 16-year-old kid from out this way who's going to be making his Olympic debut. So that Quincy Wilson, that's going to be pretty fucking dope.
Let's put the flag football legends up there from Kendall's comment. Flag football legends: Steve Smooth Hips Jenkins, Dutch Duncan, Don Johnson.
That's crazy.
Hey, you know what? It sounds like some of the guys we played with before. Yeah, Rowe, Luck.
For sure. Everybody had, like, there was a name. Yeah. For sure.
But that's the thing. Like, is it flag football without the nicknames and, you know, all that?
At this point, like, the nickname should be off of Key and Peele. Like, everybody that they did the whole football lineup, like, everybody just pick your own name.
There was a guy on, I don't even know if I was on that team yet, but on the back of his jersey, he had Bang Bros. You remember Dave did that?
I remember Dave had that. Crazy. No, so real quick for me, the moment that stood out this morning, depending on what coast you were on, my cousin Faith Dillon, she was in the Taekwondo. I think it was the 57 weight class or whatever it is. She lost, but, you know, I've seen her, you know, kind of get to this level. The way that she did her stuff, like, got to the Pan Ams, had to qualify, you know, even though, you know, she was disappointed in her first round. It was still dope to see, like, you know, a family member actually in the Olympics. So that's the one that stood out for me today.
Okay. Are the men going to win the gold? USA men? Are they going to be France?
Yes.
I mean,
I think today was your gold game for sure. I think today was the better games out of. Actually, no, on the other end too, because France almost lost.
Mm-hmm.
So I think those were the two good games. But yeah, I think.
I was joking, like, because there's been a little bit of beef between the basketball team and Noah Lyles because of some stuff that he said about calling yourself a world champion when this is just an American sports thing. We call ourselves world champions when we don't play anybody else in the world. And if we lose, it's like, come on, man, you can't. We got to be. We're the ones with the best league, right? We got to be the ones bringing home the gold. There's no excuses.
Exactly. Say, hold on. Rooting for Olympic praise.
I feel the rain.
Nah, don't you do it. Don't you fucking do it.
I feel the rain. 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 It's raining all over me. I'm moist. I'm moist. Call and response, I said I'm moist. I'm moist. Good God, I'm moist. I'm moist. Yes, I am. Rain all over me. I'm saturated. I'm saturated. I'm saturated. I'm saturated. I'm saturated. I'm saturated. Yes, I am. I'm saturated. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm damn.
All right, I cut that. your bro sang it, and I was like, well, I gotta.
Terrible.
I mean, in the spirit of the Olympics, Jen Glenn set that one up for me. So, you know.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. So I'm shooting on. Let me see. I got two computers here. Let's do.
All right, Sean, go to your corner.
What did he say? What did Sean say? What did Sean Xavier say?
Go to your corner.
Who's that? Is he a praise dancer?
Stay away from the eggs.
All right. Celebrating 6 years as of August the 3rd. Mac Miller's Swimming came out August 3rd, 2018, just a month prior to his passing. And I told you I was late to the Mac Miller catalog, but this was the album that got me there. And it's funny, the reason why, and I've told the story before, how I got there was John Mayer was telling the story how he recorded, he did the guitar riffs for Small Worlds. I was like, oh, let me just go hear that song now because, I love John Mayer, but this song was just amazing. And so I just went from the top of the album to the start to finish. And I think that may have been, did we do album of the year that year, CB?
We did.
That
was like our first year though, right?
So then Pusha T was album of the year. The Daytona was number one that year, dude.
It might have been. Yeah, I'd have to go back.
But
we got over 200 episodes in now. It's hard to remember.
Where does Swimming live amongst you and Mac's catalog? Because I felt like Mac was already there, like sonically and rap wise. He had the talent, but I felt like Swimming was so different from everything else he had put out as I backtracked, and it felt like he was just in a whole new zone of music. Where does it rate?
I mean, amongst his projects, it's towards the top. I think that it's also hard to disassociate it with that being his final, album that he released while he was still alive. So it's hard to disassociate that from it because that adds weight. But this was a project that I think put him on to way more people. Like you're talking about, Kaleo. I wasn't necessarily the biggest Mac fan. I knew he worked with a lot of people, and I was a Vince Staples fan. I know that Vince, if it wasn't for Mac, Vince might not be around. You know what I mean? So
a lot of people have said that about Mac. Rhapsody as well.
And that's one of those things that, like, I didn't necessarily know that prior to his passing, but this was an album that, when you compare it to what he had put out earlier, you hear the growth. There's clearly a different tone to a lot of the content. You know what I mean? And like, he was just continuing to get better. Like, that's really what it felt like, was if you were listening to, if you go back and you listen to the prior projects and some of the like guest verses and stuff that he would do for other people, like, he was continuing to get better, and it was just unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we lost him when we did, because there was probably so much more music that we could have gotten, not just from him, but from all the other people that he impacted and would probably have continued to impact from that standpoint.
Yeah, 2009. Oh, and then his Tiny Desk.
Yep, killed that.
Just thinking about that in that conversation, like, imagine, some of Vince's like latest albums that Mac would have been on, like featured on, right?
Yeah.
Like, because Vince is the same way in the sense of like getting better with every album that he's dropping, right? It's doesn't have to have that mainstream single that kind of catapults you into a certain group where everybody's like, this is the person that we need to that we're throwing all the hits at. Mac was just like that. First of all, he seemed like he was the dude that was in everybody's group, right? And he was just the one talented dude that can rap out of everybody's group. Not to say, Clay, that you can't rap or anything, but I'm just saying, I almost got CV.
Shit, what happened? Well,
Oh, must be some technical difficulties, huh?
I don't know what happened. All right, so episode 200 was last week, and I forgot to share one of my favorite moments.
Is it supposed to be playing?
It's supposed to be playing. It's queuing up.
That's what you get.
As I was coming down the hill, and I almost hit him, and it was just absolutely crazy. And we got a special guest in the house.
Yo, little man.
So sit down. Let's have a good time with us.
Parker.
This is what happens. But
That's so
yeah.
good.
So speaking of today's youth, anyway. So yeah, I don't know what the dude he had his headphones on, his head down. I don't even know what was going on. Seriously. So it's just it could have been a bad situation, but it didn't. It didn't turn. It didn't get bad. So I don't know. The guy was just whatever.
People are in their own world nowadays.
Exactly. And then this right here, this is happening to me. But anyways, let's
Nice.
wrap. Okay. So as you all are probably aware of the story this week, Henry Ruggs formerly of the Las Vegas Raiders, was in a car accident about 2 days ago, fellas? And there's COVID on my microphone right now. But yeah, about 3 days ago. Sit right here. Just sit right here.
Gotta love being live.
I know, right? This is what we're all about. So, anyways, it was a car accident. He was leaving Top Golf at MGM at like 1 o'clock in the morning in Vegas, and the dude ran. It was what was the speed that he got up to in his Corvette?
It was 100.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo.
God. I remember that episode. And I remember that always stood out to me, right? And I remember we've come a long way.
116. Dang.
116. And the couch is still the same. Studio's different, but the couch is still the same. But that moment right there, bro.
Yes, Sean. Yes.
I was trying to, as I watched that, I was trying to figure out how to stay focused on the show. Like I had all notes, everything that I was focused on was gone because, yeah. Do y'all remember that?
Now, yeah. Dude, that I didn't remember that Grant was on.
Yeah.
That is just hilarious, yo.
Nephew was trying to get some airtime.
He got it too.
He got yeah, exactly. So you know what? Oh, but perfect, perfect segue. Grant was on that episode, and you know what else Grant is on? Grant is on the DC Shop High, which you can save 10% this weekend. WRSE podcast. Use our code. Holla at Grant, all the wonderful people at DC Shop High. And to our winners from last week, we have not forgotten you. You will be getting your WRSE kit and DC Shop High shortly. All right. Where are we going to right now? I think a little flip of this, a little flip of that. And we find the graphic. All right, bro. We're here. We got first episode 1.
This one's not that bad. Not that I think, but you know how the comments are. Anyway, I've been traveling recently a lot. Everybody has. And I think that it's safe to say that, and I understand people, unless you're trying to get to a connection, but people standing up in the air on the airplane when your seat number is 38B, 38 from anywhere from about 31 all the way back to the last fucking seat, when they finally open up the damn doors, there is no reason for you to stand the fuck up. There's no reason why anybody should be in the aisle just to stand up, to wait 25 minutes for them to clear off the first 1 through 32 in order for you to get up to get your bag, as if you was going to get off. First of all, you fucked up because you got the last couple of seats on the plane as it is. So you already know that you're not getting off first. You're not. I hate when people try to hurry up and get up and they get into it and you're like, oh, I got I'm 3 people up ahead of people. Get the fuck out of here, dog. That shit is trash. Anybody who does that, diabolic, delusional, all of the above. If you do it, just don't tell nobody you do it, but definitely know that people looking at you dumb as hell. Like, why the hell is you standing up and you seat 38D? You in the last seat that don't even fucking recline. You over there by the one that's by the bathroom, and you want to stand up real quick like you gonna get to the front of the line.
Now, what about those people who do get up and just charge straight to the front?
They're stupid because they're still not getting off any faster. You still got to wait for everybody in front of you. Like, what's the rush? And unless you're trying to get to a connecting flight, like I stated on the start, that makes sense. And some people allow you to be on some what? On some real. I've seen some planes where they're not dickheads and they be like, listen, if there's a lot of people that have connecting flights that they have to get off the plane and get to, if you don't mind sitting down, right? If they say, if you don't mind taking a seat while you let these people go forward, right? They do that. That's courtesy of them saying that shit. But it's motherfuckers that literally, bro, you got one bag and you standing up in seat 32 thinking that your ass is going to really get off this plane in the next 5 minutes. And everybody's seatbelt that unbuckles at the same time is crazy to me. Where the fuck are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going?
As soon as the plane touched down, like,
where the fuck are you going? Turn your phone on first. Just do that first. Don't unclick your fucking seatbelt. There's nothing that you're going to do. You can't move.
Have you ever left your phone off airplane mode and flew? Like, you fly with your...
I'm not going to answer that on here. Anyway, fellas, how do y'all feel about that?
Look, all right, let's bring it back up, because I think for me, yes, where the hell are you going? And you start moving up. Why are you standing right here next to me? And I'm still trying. I haven't even stood up yet, right? But then that's the other thing too, because there's a whole. Let's dive deep into this real quick, because okay, you got the people that stand straight up. Okay, where are you going? But then you get the people, if you're on the windows, if you're at the window, you've got to rely on the 2 other people to know the etiquette, when to get up the proper way, right? Because you got some people to just sit there that don't know when to get up, right? And you're all the way 3 in at that point, which pisses me off. But also pisses me off when I go to sit down in my seat, there's somebody else's luggage in the overhead bin above where my seat is, and there's no one in those 3 seats. Right? So all that's frustrating, all that's annoying. Just wait. A little bit of patience goes a long way. Like I said, unless you have a connection.
Dude, it's funny because I feel like this is one of the first times that like the chat is not on our side for the most part, because I fucking hate this shit. Like I really like some of this stuff. I equate it with like people that don't drive well. It's just like, why are you doing this, man? Like you're not helping out the cause here. Like this is inefficient. What are you doing? So yeah, like that kind of stuff annoys the hell out of me, because it's like, yes, all you're doing is fucking it up for the people that are like following standard protocol, man. That's it. That's really it. So
just follow the rules. Shout out to E that was here for episode 200 last week with the shoe phones, with the flex back in the day. All right, CB, what we got for that cop or chop?
So it's been a while since we've done one of these, but these joints are dropping tomorrow. The KD Nerfs are coming back. We know that this is a big year for the KD 4s, doing a bunch of re-releases, things like that. So these will be a sneakers drop tomorrow. I believe it's 10 a.m. Eastern time per usual, 7 a.m. Eastern if you're on east side of the world. $150. That price these days isn't even that bad. But unlike the super rare pair that dropped in 2011, I don't believe these pairs come with like a hoop and some of the other cool accessories and stuff that the original pair did. But the shoes are basically the exact same. And the packaging looks pretty fucking dope. So for $150, even honestly, we talk about the price of the price. These could have been $250. I'm going for them. The KD 4s, one of my favorite KD models of all time already, and this is one of the dopest KDs ever. So definitely going for these. How are y'all feeling? You copping or chopping?
I'm gonna let my bro E go first.
I hate him.
He's setting you up.
I hate him. Yes, this is definitely a cop for sure. And I wish they did actually include the fucking Nerf hoop in it. That again, if you're gonna do the nostalgia pieces, do the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like bring back the whole entire setup. But yeah, this is definitely a cop for sure.
Definitely a cop. This is great. Look, this is Grail season this year for all the Batman next visit. Okay, we'll get you back. No, this is Grail season. We keep talking about the KD releases, the 4s. This is Grail season, and I will be shooting my shot at the Nerfs tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Sneakers app. That's the thing. The price is a good price point, right? But the quantities are you just never know. Yeah, the price is attractive, but can you get your hands on a pair of these for retail? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess let's just show some sneakers and move on. So in honor of, I guess, basketball and the Olympics and all that, and got a Nike box here and collaborations and shoes that I haven't shown in a while. Let's go with these LeBron. Was this the Tweety and Sylvester Space Jam? Space Jam edition shoes. These were highly slept on. On the inside, there's Tweety Bird right there. Sylvester's in the other one, I promise you. But
I thought they executed that entire set pretty dope.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. And it's the fly wire in it, whatever. I think it's fly wire, as they call it. But yeah, this is dope. Slept on collab, Nike Rack Soul. Yeah, LeBron. These are LeBron's. So Tweety and Sylvester's. E.
Me and my bro was on the same wavelength on that one in honor of the Olympics. And I have shown the shoe before, but we are definitely going to do the Trophy Room 7s just because, again, today was a great game. And listen, it might be one of those things where you realize what shoe was everybody wearing this day when that game went down. You did you had to, Steph, everybody had the signature shoe out there for the most part, minus probably Drew Holiday. But it's definitely one of those things where it's like go to cop the KD, probably Olympic joint later on or something like that. But for sure, we should be doing a podcast about this next year and something like that, revisiting what was happening this year, and maybe it's another Olympic shoe in somebody's hand. You dig? But can't go wrong with the Trophy Room Center.
Are those 6s still sitting?
Yes, they are for $200, and they're gonna continue to sit.
Bro, do you remember that trip to Delaware? No, was it for those or was it for the 7s?
We went to Delaware for the 7s.
Okay. But when those re-released back then, those were a hot commodity, and I'm shocked that they're sitting now. But yeah. Come on, CB.
Yeah. So these.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Just do it.
Yeah. Just fucking do it.
Just do it.
I already got them.
Peer pressure. Just do it, damn it.
So
Those are dope.
kind of hard to see with the light and all that.
Grails.
Yeah, man. Pumped. Yeah, man. These were a must cop once they announced that StockX tag. Resale price not bad. Pre-sale price. But yeah, these were going to be a must cop, and when they showed me what the price was going to be for me to just secure the pair already, it was
Hallelujah.
Yeah, it was an easy decision. So the Weathermans will be next, but I had to get these. These were a must. So
we've talked about this all year. That KD 4-pack, all grails. I mean, I don't care less about the Christmas ones, but the On Pearls are in October, grails. The All-Star ones, grails. Weatherman's grails. Nerf's grail. Like, we're going to jump CB. No, those are dope, bro. Like, it's rare you get a re-release of one grill, but 4 in 1 year. So shout out to whoever made that decision in Nike and wasn't playing around this year with sneakerheads, because that's just dope. The
chinelas.
So real quick, just some notes for all those in the studio audience. If you haven't been on Bandcamp within the past week or so, go to Bandcamp, look up my bro Sean Xavier, or look up me, Kaleo. There's a lot more Kaleos than there are Sean Xaviers on Bandcamp, so it may be easy to find Sean Xavier. But go check out me and Sean Xavier's single that we dropped exclusively on Bandcamp for now, until I figure out. We'll get into that story, but me and Sean Xavier's single 40 for 40. Joint produced by the both of us. I'm rapping over Sean's beat. He's rapping over my beat. 40 for 40. Go to Sean Xavier on Bandcamp, or you can look for me as well, Kaleo. You'll see my picture with the Vegas, like Marlboro Man. That one. I'm that Kaleo, not the other Kaleo.
Not the 17 other ones.
So look, real quick. It's funny how Bandcamp will not let me use my name. Well, they want proof that I am, because there's a high profile artist named Kaleo who I can give shit about. It's a band. Nobody on that group is named Kaleo. My birth certificate has Kaleo on it, and they want like legal representation that I am distributing. You know, I give authorization to Sean and or me, who tried to upload a song for myself, that I give myself permission to use his name. Get the fuck out of here. So me and Sean have been going back and forth all week to figure out different ways to spell Kaleo. Why do I have to spell Kaleo differently? Yeah. So that's what we've been dealing with. But also, what you can find on streaming, if you go to Tidal, Spotify currently, if you look up WRSC, you will see our latest single with the three of us right here, Hit and Run Part 2. So check that out. More music to come. Obviously, this is just a year just doing stuff. Hopefully some big announcements coming our way. Larry June at midnight. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think, those who will be up in the next hour and a half will probably cranking Larry. Anything else, fellas, we got going on?
Football's back. There was nothing that's happened so far tonight, though. Get your fantasy teams ready.
Yeah.
Soul Tales fantasy football coming back. So, and you might just have to
ESPN app, on the fucking ESPN app. Not that we're not doing that Yahoo shit, dog. We're not. Like, get the ESPN app. Seriously, bro. Seriously. Anyway, I had to do that because our money is like, listen, man, he was killing me with that Yahoo shit. Anyway, long hair, don't care. Ain't got to have it braided. Nothing but a little bit of water for Reese out there who got jokes about I need to have my hair braided.
Oh, there's a date. Put that date up there. Flight of the Ultimate Fan 9/6. So that means I got time to submit. Oh, actually, you know what? I haven't heard anything about the track I sent you when you were on the honeymoon, huh? Is that gonna make the album? Let's talk about it. Maybe I need a verse on there too if it's still open, Sean. I'm into music these days. I got the recording set up. It's gonna be sweet. It's beautiful. That's it, y'all. Look, episode 200 last week. I want to thank everybody who was part of that. Thank everybody who was this week for just always chiming in, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Tomorrow, Kendall be more. Oh, is Kendall still here? I'm gonna tell you real quick. I told E, I hit Kendall this morning. It was 9 o'clock. It was about 8:56 my time, which means it was 5:56 his time, 4 minutes before he went on air. And I hit Kendall with a 24-hour challenge. There he is. I said, Kendall, you got 24 hours to find this song that is now on streaming services. It was a song that we've talked about for a while within the Kendall Beehive and on his show. And this morning, while I was putting together the 5:56:06, I knew you were up, Kendall. I knew you were up because the show was getting ready to happen. Bro. I wouldn't have done that if I didn't think you were awake. I'm not that. It wouldn't have been like that. But I hit him with the 24-hour challenge. I look, there's a song that's streaming. I found it. I got it on my show. You got 24 hours to find it. It's a song that we've been talking about for a while. I found on streaming. So let's see if he finds it tomorrow, plays it on the show. If not, it will be the third song I play tomorrow on the Abstract, which you can find on Stationhead at 12:05 Eastern Standard Time on Fridays after the Kendall B Morning Show, which kicks off 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 a.m. Pacific. Is that all that? Is that what we say? I know the song is JJ Fad, and it's it's the five of us. Maybe. I'm not giving up any secrets till tomorrow. If Kendall plays it tomorrow, I'll admit it in the chat that that's the song. We'll see. We'll see if you can find it. 24 hours. I should play the Puffy song. Oh, that's perfect setup. All right, that's enough. All right, y'all. We are something else. Episode 201. Best time. Where's that? Hold on. We got to find it. There we go.
Follow us on YouTube at WRSC Podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Peace.